Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is OGR Game 50, as today we are talking about the Oilers for the first time in 10 days, boys. It has been a long wait for the Battle of Alberta, Tkachuk versus Kassian 2.0, and what a fucking show this was. I really don't care that we lost the game tonight. I really didn't care for that. It is what it is. You lose in shootout. We deserve the victory in my mind. We made a lot of big mistakes, which I'll be talking about it in the video that I need to go after. And Leon Draisaitl is the main topic of my video today, which we'll be talking about him. But it was a big main event between Tkachuk and Kassian and what they will do. We've been debating for 2 weeks time on this fucking stupid game. Eric Francis has been going, Lucic needs to step up and beat up Kassian. This Eric Francis guy, I've never seen the dumbest fucking analyst I've ever seen in my life is that Calgary analyst. I hate his guts. Not that he's just a Calgary fucking analyst. It's just that he's the biggest shit talker I've ever seen in my fucking life. An analyst is supposed to be a biased motherfucker. He's supposed to tell the fans when the team is fucked up and then when the team has done good. He's praising the Lucic trade. And Lucic surprisingly had a good night tonight. Eric Francis, you're fucking right, buddy. But not really, because Lucic is this atrocious fucking person, and it's a horrible contract. But I gotta give it to Milan Lucic. He had a fantastic night. He didn't do anything offensive-wise, but he was just all over the ice. I've seen a lot of Lucic. Plus, he was on the lineup with Tkachuk, so he was playing a bit more. But I seen him a lot on the ice. And Lucic, I love the guy. I love the way that Lucic plays sometimes. It's a horrible fucking contract, and it's not a contract that I thought any team would want to take, because Lucic is not the player that he used to be. And even when he was the player he used to be, he shouldn't have gotten the $6 million on that fucking term. Maybe $6 million for a year or two, maybe that, but no, not 6 for 6. Fuck me. That was a horrible contract. But let's get down to talking about the fights. As we all know, we lost the game, but the fights were the main event of the hour. We had Sean Monahan and fucking Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. The Nuge. Nuge forever, baby. Fucking got on a tilt. Monahan gave him a fucking cross-check, and then Nuge didn't take exception to that. They just started wailing on each other. Monahan had the advantage at first. Monahan was throwing a couple good ones, and then Nuge pushed him off and just fucking landed a good couple bombs on Monahan. Nuge won the fight, and then fucking Mr. Kassian Tkachuk was like, yeah, let's fight. And I have huge respect for Tkachuk. I know in the last video I was calling him a pussy and all this other shit. We have a new target. That's Mark Giordano, which we'll talk about later on. There's so much shit that we need to talk about. But Tkachuk, he stepped up to the plate. He fought Zach Kassian when he got his new deal, which we're also going to talk about. Man, so much exciting shit happened over the All-Star break. It's crazy. But I have huge respect for Tkachuk stepping up, even though he did get his shit kicked in. He stepped up to the plate and he fought Kassian, which was a great way to go about things. Throughout the fights and throughout all the penalties that we've seen in the game, let's actually get down to talking about the game. The Edmonton Oilers, we really did good on the shot department, and one ridiculous stat that I've seen is that in the first period, we had 11-17 for shots for the Edmonton Oilers. In the third period, it was 4-4 for shots. In the first period, there was so many shots taken, and in the third period, there was none. 8 fucking shots took in the third period. That's just a ridiculous stat, but that's what I wanted to bring up. That's how well the teams shut each other down near that end of the game. They're so even at teams, it's ridiculous how well the Flames and Oilers are really built right now. In any other division, we're pretty shit, but right now, it's surprising how even we are as teams. It's really fun hockey to watch. Face-offs, it was practically almost even. We were still down 47%. Special teams, we killed off the one penalty that we took, and we had 4 power plays. We got 1 big goal, which was scored by Chasson, and a nice rebound there, which tied up the game. Hits-wise, it was a lot of hitting. 35 hits for the Edmonton Oilers, 24 for the Flames. And Darnell Nurse, my man, had 12 fucking hits last night, man. He was all over the place. Sometimes he took a big risk and went for a hit that he shouldn't have went after, but then he got right back in the play, and Ethan Bear covered his ass pretty good. I was really impressed with the way that they played. Darnell Nurse, he played pretty well last night, and I'm hoping that he can continue playing really well because he's a big defenseman for the team. The last couple months, he's been kind of struggling. December, he was struggling. He wasn't doing the best. But I noticed him a lot last night, and he was doing a lot of things right. Chris Russell, what a fucking atrocious night by Chris Russell. There was a couple suicide turnovers that I seen, but we'll just leave that for later. To start off the scoring, it was a minute in, and Elias Lindholm buried in the back of the net. It was just a shot on the net trying to make a pass over to Tkachuk, and it just hit right off of Larson's stick and went right in the back of the net. It was a bad way to start the game, but it was just the way that it was going to start. Calgary was really pushing the tempo for the first 12 minutes of the first period, and the rest of that period, the Edmonton Oilers really fought back. We weren't able to get a goal, but fuck, did we had some good chances. McDavid with some highlight reel plays. Like, fuck, that guy can skate fast. Like, every time I see McDavid fucking skate, my heart starts to pound, and I'm just, like, happy that we have that guy on the team. Kayla Yamamoto, he was all over the ice tonight. He wasn't really able to generate anything, but you could definitely feel the energy from the kid that he's really trying to prove himself, and he's really proven it. He had a great month of January, and hopefully he can finish it off hot against the St. Louis Blues on Friday. But he went out there, got the first goal of the game for the Edmonton Oilers in his 4th of the season. Nugent Draisaitl, what a great line that is. It's just been a fantastic line. And then Andre Mangiapane, he got his 9th of the year. It was a very nice goal from him. I think it was a giveaway pass, I'm pretty sure. It was, I think on both plays on Mangiapane, it was like we turned it over and then just he sniped it. He had some good one-timers there. He was wide open both times, and he just got wide open. It just, our defense didn't cover him, and he did a really good job with that. Alex Chasson, he got his 7th of the year. It was a nice rebound goal for him. And then Matt Benning with like an Erik Karlsson rush, rush for Matt Benning there as he got his 1st of the season, which tied that game up in the 3rd period, which sent it through overtime. Nothing happened in overtime, and then shootout. You guys know how that goes. None of us were able to score a goal. Monahan was able to score the only goal that went in. So it is what it is. We did lose the game in shootout, but shootout's no way to test strength in a hockey game. I feel I absolutely hate the shootout sometimes, because like I really hate when you see it in the World Juniors and stuff like that, because it's just miserable. Like, you see this game and in a shootout and you're like, wow, like this doesn't really satisfy my sexual desires in this game. Like, you just let it end in overtime or a shootout, but I'd rather let it end in overtime. It makes more sense. Anyways, let's talk about the Edmonton Oilers, who played really good. Sadly, Joakim Nygard took a block shot, so he wasn't really playing throughout the game. He's got like injured in the 1st period, so it was kind of sad to see that, but the Seahan and Archibald line played pretty well. Jujar was around the ice. He was dishing the body around a bit. Wasn't able to get any points. I mean, Jujar was literally put in the lineup to literally be the big man in the lineup tonight. That was basically it, because they called up Buddy Robinson for this fucking game. So they put in Jujar to kind of fix that system. Chasson had a strong game. I feel Yamamoto, of course, Sam Gagner, he was generating some chances. I've always loved Gagner, because he's a guy that he was a high pick. He did well for the time that he was here. But when you put him in the lineup, he gets consistently go and get you some points. He's a quiet guy that puts up points. And he could do that in and out every year. He's not consistent every year, but he's pretty well. Nuge had a great game. He got in a huge fight. One fucking player that I gotta talk about, Leon fucking Draisaitl. Man, do I hate the nights that he's fucking lazy, man. Do I ever. When I see this man fucking going to the corner, just like lifting his stick a little bit. He is the laziest fucking player sometimes I've ever seen in my life. Like, this guy plays fucking lazily. I know he puts up the points and everyone doesn't talk about his defensive vows. He's one of the worst fucking defensive players on the Edmonton Oilers. No doubt about it. Advanced analytics backs it up. He's one of the worst players. And even by my naked eye, he is the worst motherfucker out there. I can't remember I think it was the 2nd period. It was near almost a tie game. And he fucking it was power play and just set it right up the middle of the ice. Right up the middle. What the fuck was that? And then giving it right to a great player on the Calgary Flames who almost sniped into the back of the net. There was a couple plays where I was questioning Leon Draisaitl's skill. I thought legit this guy was a fucking 4th liner for a couple plays. He had a really bad night. I don't give a shit that he had a 2-point night. He had a rough night. 6 fucking giveaways. Everybody else had like maybe 1 giveaway. He had 6 fucking giveaways. That is fucking bad. That is really bad if Leon Draisaitl is having that type of night. You got to step it up, because you can't keep playing like this. You got to step it up. You got to play pretty fucking good. You cannot have a night where you've given up the fucking puck 6 goddamn times and given up chances that almost end up in goals that would have put our team in the casket. Otherwise, Mike Smith had a fantastic game. He was really playing well. Of course, like Mike Smith, he was just... I mean, he played a few questionable stops. I feel like Mikko Koskinen maybe gets the start on Friday. I don't know what they're going to do. I think Mike Smith maybe gets a start on Friday or Saturday. I don't know. I don't know when he starts, but we'll have to see when that happens. There's some fucking skateboarder. Sorry, guys. There's just some guy skateboarding, and I didn't know if you guys were hearing the audio or not because sometimes my phone picks up, but sometimes it doesn't. Anyways, Mike Smith had a questionable game. He sometimes worries me when he plays the puck, and when he took that delayed game penalty, I was like, oh, fuck. And that was right at the start of the second. I was like, oh, fuck, this is not going to be good. But we killed it off in the end, so that was good. But anyways, guys, we won it. We got a point in the end, so that gives us a point above the Vegas Golden Knights and stuff like that. So that puts us in a pretty good position in my mind. And the only team that's really playing tonight is the Arizona Coyotes, so they could pass us in the standings. But, I mean, we're not going to be losing too much ground. We legit could win a game this weekend. And the thing that's been impressive, we've had a point in the last of our 7 games, if I'm pretty sure. The last of our 7 games, we've had a point every single game. So that's fucking fantastic to look at, that we're gaining points every single game we play, even if we lose in shootout. Like, I don't care if we lost in shootout tonight. If we lost in regulation, I would have been pretty pissed off because we didn't gain that point that we need. But this was a fucking big game that we needed, and we got the win. Giordano, also, you're a fucking pussy. This shit needs to be stopped in HL. You just, like, you give a supplemental penalty to Zach Kassian because it's fucking obvious. But when Giordano sticks out his leg and you've seen him, there's tons of video proof of him doing it like 5 other times to other players, you gotta start fucking calling something, man. I was totally forgot that I was gonna talk about this in the video. But Giordano stuck out his leg on Connor McDavid, and he did this before. He took out Connor McDavid the last game of the season and fucked up his knee. And it was so fucked up, they didn't even know if he was going to start the season. It was super fucked up. And I'm so glad that Bob Nicholson didn't fucking tell us. I know the social media is like, oh my god, Bob Nicholson should have told us. I'd rather him not. Because I'd rather not have a fucking mini heart attack through the season and wondering, like, how the fuck are we going to start the season off? Are we going to do good or are we going to do shit? I would have probably thought this team was going to do shit if we didn't have Connor McDavid on the team this year. Anyways, guys, EA, you also won. Congratulations. Your record improves to 29-21. Your record's getting a bit better. Hopefully you finish with a 500 record to above 500 record, hopefully, to end off the year. But right now, guys, thank you very much for watching. And we're going to send it right off to the highlights. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.